Hello, how are you?
Pleasant without the surprise. The giant from the fields told me you'd come. I'm happy, I really am, just not surprised. Sorry.
Oh, don't be silly. I know he told you I was coming. Said he brought you flowers. Very popular, aren't you?
Yep, had half a dozen visitors, including you. Excessive, but as is custom, everybody feels obliged, especially when the staff ask them to. You know, I fooled them, right? Have they told you yet?
Fooled them?
The staff. Doctor and her lackey visited me earlier. I could tell they'd burst a blood vessel if they didn't feel validated in some way, so I lied. But, like the best of lies, it had a shred of truth. They couldn't help it. It's perfume too sweet, and they bought it instantly.
What did you say?
I told them I was jealous.
Jealous? You really mean that?
Shush, yes, jealous, that much is true, although there's more to it. I'm not rash, I swear. It isn't envy-induced imitation. I just had to give them something. They're an onanistic lot, so obsessed with their titles and authority to diagnose. The doctor would sooner stuff her hand between her thighs than put pen to paper, and the nurse who follows her might as well get hold of his cock instead of a syringe. It practically came when I said I was jealous. A breakthrough, they moaned as they edged closer to another successful diagnosis. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I didn't mean to be so crude.
It's okay. I just don't know why you'd be jealous. Remember how paranoid you were about everyone else? I thought you might lock us all into glass cabinets if you could.
I would have. Even in a place like this, I would have. Hypocrisy, yeah. I was aware of that. Every time I wished to change at all, I knew I was being a hypocrite. Jealousy was anger on my sadness. I never saw his videos, so I could only assume how long he thought on it. But I knew what I wanted before he took it. That's the point. I couldn't take without being called derivative, without being diagnosed like I am now. That's jealousy, all right. He took it before I could. Tragedy on top of tragedy.
Perhaps we should talk about something else.
I already heard how many kittens the cat had.
Anything you haven't heard?
I doubt it. Gossip is the only way to pass the time for some visitors.
Doesn't have to be news then.
Are you implying that we reminisce?
We have time to, though there's always silence if you'd like. Just don't let me forget I have to give you some clean clothes before I leave.
My clothes keep getting lost here. That's why I have this on. I won't take it off lest I become naked. I can't really remember any clothing in particular, anything that he wore. I saw a nice coat of his once, grey, I think. He was wearing it on Christmas when he came through the door. He also had sportswear. That really suited him. Athletic. He was the personification of athletic, even without sportswear. He embodied a lot of things.
Remember his nickname?
I couldn't forget that. And all because he could throw a man over his shoulders, send him miles and miles away. Smart too. His degree didn't have to be honorary. His friends from uni told me he could argue with his lecturers. I just wished I could have hugged him that week. A handshake wasn't enough. Kind words weren't enough.
We got to see him though. We all watched the World Cup together.
It was fortunate. You remember how I used to disagree with him? It was happiness between us in the end. We watched films together. It was fun. I'm grateful for that. Perhaps he knew we loved him. I hope he knows that now.
Earlier, you said it was jealousy. Maybe it's sadness or regret.
Regret that he beat me to it? Perhaps. And sadness? That's nothing to my decision. Oh, please let's not do this. I only just conquered the staff. Why should you replace them?
If you ever expected anybody to be able to make peace with this, the least you could do is elaborate on the reason.
Could have just got bored. Is that reason enough?
Reason enough if you can tell me why.
A reason for the reason. It isn't exactly boredom. Idleness may be the word. I don't know. I could describe it 100 different ways, but I could not define it. At the cost of extinguishing, a candle ignites in the dark if only to see again. I ignite all the time to try and make sense of it all, and it's equally exhausting. Why can we respond to one bad day with a sleeping pill, but not the sum of our bad days with a dose to match?
I'll have to go soon. Visiting hours are almost over.
Now, don't be like that. You're not the type to leave here breathless after visiting time.
This is just all too much, though. You've made it very awkward for me. Did you mean to do that?
Have I made you uncomfortable again? I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset.
The doctor told me you might come home after formal visitors. Our support, I was told, had brought out the very best in you. And now, am I to say it was all a lie?
I might just be free again. Please, you mustn't. I understand. I can sympathize. I know what you mean by awkward, but you mustn't.
If I mustn't, then I've killed you. It's not fair to make me do that. You wouldn't have let him make you do that.
I know. I told you I was a hypocrite, but I can't stay here. Not in here. If I were ever going to stay, I'd have to be free again.
Will you try?
I'm always trying.
I can't do it.
Remember that game we used to play? We tie a blindfold around our eyes in the garden, have the others spin us until we stepped off in the direction of the trampoline or the pond. The trampoline was a soft fall that sent us high into the heavens, and the pond was a rude plunge into the deep. Where I am, where the staff would keep me, is neither. There's no trampoline or pond here. I'm just left spinning. And that's the worst, isn't it? We never would have risked walking into the pond if we hated it more than spinning.
I need to get going.
Is our time up?
I hope not.
What will you tell the staff?
I'll tell them I brought you some clean clothes.